I am now live. What's going on, YouTube? It is I, 130 the SOS 10 Zen, coming fresh off a dope performance this past Monday. Thank y'all to everybody who came out, to the friends of the fam. Really appreciate it. Definitely appreciate the love going around at the clip I posted of my show. But if you want to catch my full set, which is only one song, but still, if you want to catch the full set, go to my YouTube page. It's Tenzin Lives. All right. That's who I am on YouTube. Okay. Ooh, that was a good one. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sipping on this my favorite beer, New Belgium Trapel. Yeah, I mean, all beers taste like piss, but I got my favorite piss taste, I guess. Shout out to the New Belgium Trapel. Yes, sir. And yes, I noticed. I know. Ooh, okay, went down the wrong pipe there. But yeah, I know y'all been noticing. I've been giving my unwanted opinions on different beers that I try, because that's just, I don't know. That's just some random shit I've been doing this past year. Yeah. I mean, hell, fuck it. I guess we're gonna get right into it. I mean, this episode is mostly about reflection and what we're hoping to get into sailing into 2026. But yeah, like one of the things I've been doing this year, I've been trying different beers out, because I got two liquor stores that are like pretty much like not too far from me, like minutes away from me by car, of course. But yeah, if I either go to the Publix Plaza or the Kroger Plaza, there's like a liquor store, and yeah, they just be having all these different kinds of beers. Now, it's got to be 6% and up, because as I said prior, beer tastes like piss. So why the fuck would I drink piss if I'm not gonna get fucked up off of it? You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm at the bar or whatever, then yeah, I'll drink some five, like 4 to 5% piss water, just because I'm usually using it as a chaser for the liquor. You see, I drink liquor at the bar, but I drink beer at home. Because yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to control myself, but I don't know. It's like, I guess I'm like kind of. It's like I guess I'm addicted to the feeling of being intoxicated by, whether it be plant based or the alcohol. So yeah, so if I have like a bottle at the house, then yeah, I'll just be looking for reasons to drink. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just be drunk all day, and that's not cool. So I'll be like, you know what? I'll just save my liquor drinking for when I go to the bar or to a party or something. I'll buy a bottle then, what I'm saying? If I know I'm taking it to a party, especially if I can just leave it, you know what I'm saying? Um, but nah, man, shout out to the beer drinkers out there. I'm not a beer drinker, but it seems like I'm gonna try enough beer to eventually be able to talk like those motherfuckers. It's like, oh yes, it does have a very cinnamony finish. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a nigga who don't know shit about beer, but I just drinking it just because I want to try different shit and be, hey, some of this shit be getting you fucked up, like that, like that dragon's milk. Holy fuck, 11%. Holy shit, yeah, that's definitely not something you want to knock back, but. Luckily for me, like at least the batch I had, it was kind of like a smooth drunk, but I guess it was because I knew to pace it. So it wasn't like awful, you know what I'm saying? But oh yeah, it'll take you there, and that's what makes it so dangerous, is that it's just so sweet. It's so sweet. You just want to keep drinking it, but you got to remind yourself, hey, this is 11% alcohol content by volume. Okay, so yeah, don't let the milk sugar fool you. But yeah, shout out to trying new things, man. With the, also, just I mean, wow. Just really looking back, I mean, I got to interview some people that I've always wanted to interview. Shout out to King Fresh. Like I always wanted to have him on the show, but finally, 2025, we finally get him on. Um, I believe it was either, yeah, I think it was earlier this year. Um, you know, being able to just do this show for as long as we did. So I think by June of next year, well, one of the lockdowns started happening. I think the lockdown started happening around March. So March, April, May. So I don't know. Maybe it was May that we started doing it. I don't know. Whichever. It was definitely COVID fatigue, lockdown fatigue. That's when, hey, Lavendar, hope to see more from the channel. Oh yeah, yeah, we're definitely gonna have more, and we definitely gotta interview you too. But yeah, man, shit, the fuck was I talking about? Damn, man, that was fun. The fuck was I talking about? I lost it that quick. Hmm. Oh well. But anywho, yeah, shout out to Lavendar Bunny in the YouTube chat representing. Um, hope Awa was fun for you. I got to vicariously live through everybody, seeing all the nice photos. But I'm excited to tell you, Lavendar, this MomoCon, I will be cosplaying. I I will be cosplaying. I'm gonna be Terry fucking Bogart. Is it an easy cosplay? Fuck yes. Did I buy it? Absolutely. But who cares? I'll be dressed up. Okay. So be on the lookout for me, Lavendar. I'm gonna be actually cosplaying. All right. This will be my second time cosplaying ever. Okay. Because the first time, yeah, the very first time I went to MomoCon, I attempted to cosplay. I think his name was Hideo from Rival Schools, but I didn't have the little shoulder pad thing, and I didn't have like the actual UFC gloves, so I just got like some black boxer tape and wrapped it around my knuckles. But people still oh no, this is an easy cosplay. Look, all I needed was a vest and a hat. And basically I'm gonna wear some jeans and wear some red J's with it. Like Terry wears Chucks, but I got big feet, so Chucks don't look good in big feet. Okay. But yes, I just cannot wait. I'm gonna be taking so many pictures with you. Hopefully, one of y'all dresses up as a fighting game character, so then we can really just be trolling. And I've been working out too, so you know what I'm saying. Oh, and Doom Lord Kitty better be there, okay? Because what the fuck? All right, like, all right, that was crazy. I was like, what? What do you mean she's not here? So, listen, I don't give a shit if I have to pay for her to come. Like, I need to see her there. But but nah, man. But also, Lavendar, shout out to you. You've been Sea Viper, nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see that one. Especially like, man. Well, I think she's already out. I haven't played Street Fighter in a minute, but yeah, I think the Street Fighter 6 version of Sea Viper is available for play. So, are you going for the classic or the new? But anyway, as you answer that, I do want to give you your flowers for you know, standing up to, I guess, this weird dude who likes to get selfies with female cosplayers, but I guess point the camera at their cleavage. Um, and you said this guy's been stalking you for a minute, but at least from what I've seen, it seems like you've led the charge, against this guy. And apparently other women have been speaking out and letting their stories be heard. So, and I know what he looks like. So, if I see him at MomoCon, I'll just be like, shoo, get away, get out of here, bye, get out. Because that's crazy. But it just goes to the point that if you have women in your life, just know they got a story. But shout out to y'all for fighting back, and and I hope did y'all ever get any word from AWA about whether he's banned or not? Okay, okay. My apologies. So she did not start the Lavendar had to clear it up. She didn't lead the charge against it necessarily, but but she is doing her part to stop him. Which unfortunately, I believe she was also, a victim to his creepy behavior. I guess. Listen, show us 60 if you're listening, dog. Look, I mean, there's ways to approach women. It's usually, hey, how you doing? You know, my name is Showa. What's yours? Sweet. Do you like cosplay? I like cosplay too. Can I get a picture with you? I mean, don't be obviously pointed at the damn titties. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, just anyway, just Mr. Showa, if you're out there, do your best to be a normal person. Okay, if you do come to MomoCon, let this little crusade be a lesson. Like, yo, I gotta change my fucking ways because you know, I don't know. You don't want to scare people, But anyway, man, shout out to y'all ladies for letting it be known, like, hey, watch out for this dude. But nah, man. In 2026, we're gonna show folks like, yeah, like we ain't standing for it. Which that goes to another thing. I've learned. Okay, and just to be clear, Lavendar said he hadn't heard anything yet officially from AWA, whether or not he'll be banned from events. But I've learned, some things to just not do. Well, not necessarily to not do, but to, I guess, like to just know when to chill. I guess, like know when the joke is over. You know, but I also have learned what I'm just not going to tolerate from anybody either. Um, I've learned to meet women where they at because I had this friendship, which I was also like romantically interested in her, and which I was doing my part. I was being a friend, but I was still pursuing, but I was still being a friend. I was very respectful, but since as a friend, I would treat her like a friend. And, I like to troll my friends. You know what I'm saying? And, maybe some of my jokes would go too far, but that's really what I would do. And, she claimed to not be a sensitive person, but I guess she was a lot more sensitive than I thought she was. But, but not to necessarily put all the blame on her. It was just, I believe, and as my friend Royal said, we just never had that talk about boundaries. So, yeah, it obviously just came a crash. But yeah, so I learned now to kind of let the boundaries be known, whether it be romantic or platonic. Let the boundaries be known. Speak up. Just speak up every time you feel uncomfortable about something. Every time something bothers you, which I've done that, of course. But don't back down. And when I mean don't back down, I mean obviously don't be like an argumentative, because that's what I always try to avoid arguments. But I'm not necessarily saying be like a stubborn mule or anything like that. But at the same time, you know, I'll say this for myself. Just make sure you're understood, because that's my love language. I like to understand people, and I want people to understand me. And I think that's the one thing that stuck with me about, this past whatever that was I was in. Because I mean, I thought it was a friendship at least, but I don't know. Like her anger felt a little bit too personal for just a friendship. How angry she would get, and just the little stuff she'll get angry about. But anywho, but I would also do dickish things as well. Like we were assholes to each other, basically. But in ways that we just didn't know. And that just goes back to the boundary thing. Like because there's some things that upset me that would not upset the average person, but I was at least mature enough to try to talk about it. Where I think she was one of those people that didn't want to talk about it. I guess you got to give them space, which I now know that personality type and to give space. See, boundaries doesn't mean completely barring someone, but just telling someone of their limits. Exactly. Yeah. You know. But I think what stood out to me was there was a day I tried to tell her about something that bothered me and she dismissed me about it. And, that really stuck with me, I guess, throughout, even after she apologized. I mean, I still kind of ruminated on it because, that's like you're pretty much saying, hey, dog, I don't care how you feel. But there was a thing I've done to her that she stuck with, which I ain't mean no harm by it, but I mocked her for not knowing like a very widely known thing. But like like I mean, I wasn't like mocking her out of malice. I mean, but I guess the joke again, just not knowing when the joke is stopped. So, and I think she ruminated with that throughout the friendship. So anywho, we're leaving that behind in 2025. Going forward, I mean, I know better, but I also know what I'm not dealing with either. And yeah, and I have to say, just moving forward, just battling with that because, it was like a twofold heartbreak. I lost a friendship and well, lost a love interest and a friendship, and honestly, yeah, like friendship breakups hurt the worst because it's like, well, okay, maybe I can't like fine, whatever. Cause I guess you can get over not being somebody's lover, but damn, for them to like not want to be your friend no more, shit. Um, but it is what it is. Um, anywho, yeah. But this year has been quite amazing. Just especially just watching myself evolve, as a performer, as a person, as an artist, you know. And it was funny because, next month I'm going to be re releasing some old tracks that I put on to SoundCloud. Yeah, I was a SoundCloud rapper. It's funny. I've been rapping since 2011. So let that sink in, folks. Since 2011, I've been going to the studio. And I'm glad I never stopped. Lavendar, don't stop your cosplay. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can remember the first time you started and just the level you're at now. Like, I mean, you commission wigs and stuff, So shout out to you. Shout out to everybody, who found a hobby and is like really sticking with it because so I'll explain it a bit. So this upcoming project is called Aquarius Season. And basically, especially back when I was rapping, like starting in 2015, excuse me, ooh, good one. I started doing this little series called Aquarius Season, which I was inspired, by stuff by tracks like Maybach Music by Rick Ross or Body Parts by 3 6. You know what I'm saying? Like these tracks that most rappers have, where it's like a part one, part two, part. I was like, I want to have my own one of those, and I came up with Aquarius Season. And at the time, I was using beats made by my homeboy AJ, aka Astute Cool, on the Instas. And his producer name was Mr. October Productions. Now, he only had the basic version of FL. So so he didn't know how to so he couldn't mix the beats. But I didn't know better. But you realize, ooh, this kind of sounds rough on speakers, but on headphones they're cool. So 2015, 2016, 2018, I made a Aquarius Season, and I'm excited to be able to kind of remaster these and to reintroduce them to the world and to the people who just started getting onto the Tenzin wagon. I mean, and I guess it's just an excitement to just show the growth that I had over the years, not just this year, but over the past decade. Anywho, folks, I guess I'll end it right there. I don't got nothing else to talk about. Happy New Year to everybody. We're gonna leave all that nonsense in 2025. Well, leave the nonsense in 2025, but anything you picked up that was valuable, definitely carry it into the next year. Whether it be some sort of clarity, some sort of, you know, epiphany, like a new skill, what have you. Yeah, definitely carry that. But, anything that just feels like an anchor, yeah, go ahead and shed it, man. Shed that weight. Because, yeah, we ain't here. Well, some of us might be here for a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, we're not here for a long time. So we might as well at least make it a great time. So happy New Year's, folks. And yeah, see you in 2026. I'm out of this bitch, man. Also,